Hi, everybody. I am coming back again with some more information about narcissists and how to spot a narcissist. And in this, you will find information at the end about how you can spot a narcissist on the first date. So, this is going to be helpful to some people. When it comes to a narcissist, they are horrible at being punctual. And they're not good at showing up on time for anything. And this includes first dates and dinner parties, picking you up to go somewhere. You're going to notice that they're late a lot. And they're doing this because they're seeing how much they can get away with you when they're with you or when they have plans with you. How much can they get away with? So it may start out where they're 15 minutes late. Then it will go to a half hour. Sometimes it will go into 2 and 3 hours late. Why do they do this? Because they don't care. They just don't care. And they're really checking you to see how much of it you'll put up with. So this is something to look for, even on the very first date. Their excuse really needs to be good. So keep your eyes and ears open on that. Number 2, you cannot give a narcissist logical, helpful advice. They really do bring up things that are maybe negative about their lives, or maybe there's some kind of drama going on within their social circle or in their workplace. And so you can give them helpful advice that works because you've done it or because you saw someone else do it and it was a real positive outcome. That doesn't matter to them. They really just like to complain. They want to keep complaining. In fact, they will complain for an entire 7 or 8 hours straight, and they will repeat themselves in different ways. This keeps the conversation going and keeps you kind of on the edge, and no matter what you say to them, helpful advice, it doesn't matter. They're going to kind of push it off, find something negative about it. Oh, well, that's not going to work in my situation, or I really can't see that helping me, and then it'll go right back to the complaints. So that's something else to look for. And going into number 3, as I'm turning the page here, because I have all of this written down. These are things that I've, thought about over the last few weeks. And so I'm hoping that I can help because, again, every narcissist is individual. They all have different lifestyles. They're all individual people like us, except their behaviors are so somewhat similar. Narcissists always have anger issues. There's usually always something going on in their lives that keeps them angry, and it's usually completely unnecessary drama that they have caused all by themselves. And somehow inside they know this, that they've started something up with someone, and they'll just keep rolling with it because they're never going to admit that they're wrong or that they started it or that it has something to do with something bad that they did on a negative scale. So again, keep your eyes and ears open. Number 4, narcs never laugh too hard at your jokes. Again, this is a good one for a first date. Even if your joke is hilarious, gut-grabbing, and floor-rolling to everyone else, they are going to just kind of chuckle under their breath, and then they're going to tell you a joke, and they're going to tell you something about themselves that they think is funny, and the conversation will somehow end up going back to their agenda or what they want to talk about. So again, another good first date thing to look for. And number 5. Now, this is something for people who have been in a relationship with a narcissist for some time. Christmas, Thanksgiving, Easter, whatever it may be, a narc will purposely start a fight on any given scheduled holiday just to get out of going. I still do not understand this. I was in a situation with a narcissist that did this on a regular basis. I could never get to the bottom of it. I could never understand the psychological reason for why this is a trait of theirs. But they seem to have, anger issues on holidays. And I know people who are manically depressed go into places like this in their minds where they wake up on Christmas morning. They know there's been plans for a Christmas dinner for 6 months, and now all of a sudden they are going to start a fight with you for no reason whatsoever. They are going to pull something out of their ass just randomly so that they can get away for a day or a night or whatever. And I still, like I said, I don't understand this, and I'm still looking into this mentally. But if you can get a narcissist to show up for a dinner, they're more than likely going to be a few hours late. And they're going to kind of wait till everybody's packing out, food's been put away, table's been cleared, and then they'll come and try to eat leftovers and consume what little energy or time you have left that evening. So I want to make that clear to people, because these narcissistic individuals ruin holidays. They literally will take the most funnest, most amazing time and just screw it all up for everyone. It affects everyone. So if you have somebody in your life that behaves like that, that is a huge, huge sign that there's something terribly wrong with them psychologically, because again, it goes back into a depression or a manic state of depression, which is clinical, needs to be treated with some type of self-help, and narcissists aren't really into getting self-help because they think they're perfect. So getting into a therapist to see someone about your depression and your mood swings, a narcissist, it's very difficult to get them to go. So just stay away from them when you start to see this type of behavior. Moving into number 6, ask a narcissist if there's anything that they would change about themselves, and they'll go nuts. They'll become immediately offended and start to question you for asking. So this is something to watch out for on the first date too. Usually what they'll do is they'll respond to that question about what would you change about yourself with, well, I would get a new car, or I would move to a different neighborhood in a better house, or I might, I find a better job. Again, those are indirect and incorrect answers. Don't fall for this. You ask them a direct question. What would you change about yourself? Not your life or what's going on in your financial situation or your home or housing situation. You ask them, what would you change about yourself? And for some reason, they cannot respond to this properly. They always end up going into finances. They're very directly set on money. Money defines them. Their job defines them. Their parents' money and job defines them. What their background is defines them. So if they're silver spoon babies, they're going to be like the worst to handle. So I have 4 words here for people, okay, to remember. And it is get rid of them. And I mean this. Just get rid of them immediately when you start to hear these things. I can tell you right now that I have personally experienced this, and it was like a living hell for me. And it's been 10 years now, and I have done just about everything in my power to try to recover the old self, like my old self. And I have finally realized that I can no longer do this. I have to move into a different person. So I'm trying to help other people before their lives become so damaged that they can't be fixed. So it's really tough for me to go back into some of this stuff, but I feel like it's worth it, because if I can help even one person out and away from a sick narcissist, I will do whatever it takes. So that's why I'm making these videos. And I love the comments on the other videos that I've made. I really appreciate that, and I love going out to all of you, and thank you so much for listening, and I hope you're all doing well. Peace